Eric Woodall is retired, but he still feels the need to earn some extra money.
I drive an Uber 5 days a week. We don't earn a lot of money at it, but you earn enough to just keep things ticking along.
And the reason he needs that little bit extra is because his British pension remains frozen while he stays in Australia, where his children and grandchildren live.
I can't see that, in all honesty, that's an honest way to treat people. And if maybe fraud is too strong a word, but that's the way it feels. It feels like I'm being defrauded of something that I'm actually entitled to.
Retired Dr. Don Ingham has seen his UK pension halve in value since he came here with his Australian wife in 1970. So taxpayers here help him out with a full Australian pension.
It is cost shifting. The Australian government picks up what the difference between my non-index pension and what it should be.
An estimated 250,000 people living in Australia are currently being denied their full British pension.
It's not a question of need, it's a question of right. These people have paid into the pension scheme in England, and they should get it back now.
Many people are absolutely amazed that they are not following the core values of which Britain very often boasts about fairness and equality. This is totally unfair, completely immoral, and it's totally unequal.
The UK has a pension rule that is unique in the developed world. It only indexes pensions for emigrants living in countries that have signed a bilateral social security agreement. It means that UK retirees living in the Philippines, the USA or within the European Union can enjoy a full pension. But in places like Canada or Australia, the pension is frozen.
We expats have contributed for these pensions through the National Insurance Scheme. We've paid our dues there and we're simply not getting what we've paid for.
We can't turn around and say, can I have all my money back? I mean, I'd love to do that. I'd love to be able to say, all the money I've paid in, I'll take that as one lump sum, thank you very much, and I'll go and invest it in something over here to provide me with an annual pension. I'd love to be able to do that. We can't do that.
Have chosen to leave the European Union.
Yeah! Britain's tortuous exit from the European Union could provide an opportunity for a breakthrough.
It protects the integrity of our United Kingdom.
Once Brexit comes into effect, the UK will have to renegotiate social security agreements with individual European countries, where up to 500,000 British pensioners reside.
Brexit's going to help. There's no two ways about that. Brexit is, providing that the no agreement is reached, and Brexit is going to highlight the problem a lot closer to home.
The Australian government has cautiously acknowledged Brexit could open the door.
Australia must reassess many aspects of its bilateral relationship with the UK, and this presents an opportunity to engage the UK on a range of matters.
If there's enough energy in the population to force them into it, then they might. It's worth a go, isn't it? It's worth a try.
The advocacy group British Pensions in Australia has enlisted the help of actor Miriam Margolyes, who recently played the lead role in The Lady in the Van for the Melbourne Theatre Company.
For some reason, they cast me as this cantankerous, smelly old lady.
She's now switching roles from a destitute English woman on stage to a champion for the Australian fair go off stage.
I'm not one of the people that are suffering, but I know plenty that are, and I think it's wrong. I think, isn't it something like 250,000 people in Australia are not getting a fair suck of the sauce bottle?
Point of order, the Prime Minister.
And I just think it's appalling. And I know that the British government privately probably thinks it's dreadful too, but cynically they allow it to continue because eventually everybody's going to die, and then that gets rid of the problem. But that's not the way to behave.
That's exactly what happened to the late Della Wilmot. The 97-year-old retired accountant's meagre pension had been frozen since the late 1970s, when she emigrated to Australia to join her daughter.
And it was still £17 when she died last year. Cost me $35 a night to put my dog in kennels, which is about the same amount, which is not good, is it?
I feel angry, and I have to contain my words on television because one mustn't be rude. And if I'm going to be a proper ambassador for this organisation, I should be measured in my tone. But the rage I feel is profound.
A world away from the turmoil of Brexit negotiations, Derek Woodall is hopeful of a post-Brexit breakthrough.
As our numbers swell, so that the outcry will become louder and louder, and I think it will become impossible soon to ignore it.